trailer at 925 East Street. That trailer's been there for a very, very long time. They have a tent that they're living in next to the trailer, and then a pop-up, and they're actually blocking the sidewalk. And this is just, it's a mess. So if somebody could look into that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Kempton. Ms. Henley.
Thank you, President Arredondo. First of all, Victoria, they have been working on that for a couple weeks, so I'm just letting you know. Anyway, the railroad ditches from Route Road all the way going west, nothing's been touched, nothing's been done, and it's bad. It's very bad. They have vermin and besides other things. And then the lights by Cameco that evidently, I was told, were damaged by trucks going in and out. Have we made any progress in replacing them?
Mr. Carrion.
Yes, through the chair to Councilwoman Henley. We are working on that. Our office is in contact with Cameco, troubleshooting in terms of where the break took place, so they can actually have those repairs made and the lights restored. And those are the lights in the roadway just
right.
north of Cameco.
Right,
correct.
on Cromwell, I
Correct.
think it is. Okay, and one last thing. Mini bikes, or whatever you want to call them, this has gotten really bad on the east side. I have called several times. A lot of residents won't call, but the Missouri area, north, south, Jefferson, clear to the senior center, it's a constant. Anytime I go somewhere, especially later afternoon or at night, I almost hit a young man, no lights, no nothing. They go right through a stop sign. Also in the area of Crehor, Missouri, to Euclid Avenue, in through there. I mean, there are these people are just driving all over the place, and most of it are young folks, but there's older folks. The one guy that I almost, he was probably 25, 30, old enough to know better. So it's dangerous, and I don't want to see somebody getting hurt. So anyway, thank you.
Having fun.
Thank you, Ms. Henley. Mr. Demakia.
Yes, through the chair to the administration and council. I don't have any miscellaneous concerns, but I just have a comment because I think it's important to understand that items 12B and C that we passed this evening are so critical. And again, I want to commend Law Director Riley and the administration and their respective teams for collaborating with the County Ohio Department of Public Safety, the police department. You know, sometimes as legislators in this community, we got to consider difficult and challenging pieces of legislation that sometimes aren't popular, but that's what leaders do. And you know, I do appreciate the comments by the mayor earlier. That young man Saturday was going to take pictures for homecoming, and that's what the result was. That's just disgusting to me. It ruins everybody's experience at families. And regardless of what happened, there was a gun involved, period. An irresponsible young man, you know, I don't know what the situation was, but he was in possession, somebody was in possession of a gun that they shouldn't have had, and that happens way too often in this community. And if we don't start doing something about it, it's going to continue to increase and grow. And again, I appreciate the efforts from the folks in this administration to work on these types of pieces of legislation, because it's not just about the ones that are involved in the incidents, it's about enhancing the quality of life of every resident in this city. And that's what we should be doing. So I hope that these pieces of legislation aren't just it. This needs to be a priority. We as a government body need to do what we can to support, and this community needs to support our law enforcement. I can't say that enough. They're the ones out there dealing with these horrible crimes and the violence in our community, and they're in the front lines doing it. So whatever we can do, give them the resources, the manpower, and the support that they need to continue to police our community and stop the ridiculous violence that is killing our youth. I mean, it's despicable to me how many young folks are engaged in this type of activity. So again, I just wanted to thank Law Director Riley, because I know it was a lot of effort, research, and work on your behalf and your team. And I just, again, it is so important for this community, and I hope the residents understand what these two pieces of legislation mean for this community. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Demakia, for your words.
Too bad they'll be challenged tomorrow.
Mr. Ball.
Yes, I think that one of the things the administration has made great progress on is keeping the public informed. I want to thank Ms. Santa for her video on St. Joe and the progress. That's the type of thing that we can refer people to when they are complaining about the city not doing anything. I also would like to encourage the same process for other projects that we're doing. We talked at one time about putting television in the eagle's nest so people could watch the progress of the eagles as they matured and flew away. Is it possible? Would it be cost prohibitive to maybe show the development of the park down here, the things that are being done? I think that lifts people's spirits that they see the city is actually working. Concerns. Again, public information about laws on e-bikes, dirt bikes, mopeds. I've seen them all in the street. Even a little child with a little battery operated car going down the street. So just as we figured out a way to get Miss Moon's complaint about the grass somewhat handled, is there some way that we can use other resources or dedicate resources to dealing with this? Because as Ms. Henley said, I don't want to kill anybody because I can't see them. And I think that if you have something that, some sort of official code that by which we can address these issues, I think that would be very good. My last thing is, we had talked about businesses that served cigarettes and alcohol to minors. And my understanding was that they had gotten a letter saying, shame on you. Okay, what are the penalties for that? Are we just like we want parents to take care of their children, the community has an obligation to also do things to take care of children. And if there are people here who are selling illegally to our children, they need to be put on the spot, just like we're trying to put parents on the spot. The same goes with the gun. This is a rhetorical question. If I facilitate a minor in getting a gun, what's going to happen to me? You know, there should be a prohibitive fine or jail time or something that would discourage people from doing these things. And the last thing is, I promise, if you want to support the police, they do go into horrible situations. The Fraternal Order of Police Associates is an organization dedicated to just trying to help the emotional, psychological, social issues that police deal with every day. So if you're not a member of the FOPA, then you're just flapping your jaws. Because if you are a member of the FOPA, you can actually be instrumental in helping those officers deal with what they run into every day. I'm done.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Ball. And you can remind them the chili cook-off is November 1st. Thank you.
I'm not the only one that has tickets.
Right. Ms. Brigowski.
Yes, last week last meeting I had mentioned some cameras that were pointed at somebody's house. And I've since come to learn that there are filters over those cameras, so there is no possibility of them going into the woman's house and that. And I was going based off of just one side of the story, and I heartily regret that. And I appreciate Mrs. Spellis's offering of some of the other facts and the police going out there and ascertaining what was going on. I really do appreciate all of their help on this for what was a neighbor dispute, and not having all of the information and going off of somebody who basically played on the sympathy, I mean, a crying old lady. So that was not the right way to handle that, and I used some very strong words, which I heartily regret, and I will be writing an apology to the person that was affected by this. But I did want to thank the law department and the safety service department and the police officers and Mrs. Spellacy for intervening in this and helping rectify this situation and clarifying all the matters of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Good teamwork. Ms. Bengowski?
At this time, thank you. I would adjourn the meeting and recess the meeting into an executive session by proper motion, which will be held in accordance with ORC section 121.22 subsection J3, to conference with the public body's attorney regarding disputes that are the subject of pending and or imminent court action.
Mr. Demakia?
Support motion to go into executive.
Please vote.
You want this now?
We will recess, and we will be here in the chambers 10 minutes, please. Thank you.
So, question, when I file that, should I, what's that? I mean, he's been there forever. They can have my guts out of lost. Yeah. I would too. I'm a son. But everyone's driving. They gave me this status. I was already. She told a broken toy. I kind of wish I was on the other side. Took that away. I stole my reputation. I stole everything. This job is hard. Honestly, I can and everyone. I know, but I didn't try to say the service director, and then go on that investigation. And again, investigation into McCann was titled the next investigation. And they're talking about me at breakfast meetings, that I have all the files, I have all the emails, all the emails,